Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to build a really powerful AI assistant completely from scratch. And you know what the best part is? Absolutely no code required. We're going to take what seems like a complex technical process and turn it into a simple, super powerful tool that you can create in just a few minutes.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about a problem that, well, if you've ever worked on a product or a project team, you know this one all too well.
You know the feeling, right? You've spent hours, maybe even days, getting every single word just right, but there's still that nagging doubt in the back of your mind. Will the development team actually get what I'm trying to say? Is this even usable?
And look, if you feel that way, you are definitely not alone. Writing good requirements is genuinely tough. You're trying to pull off this perfect balancing act between detail and clarity, and it is so easy to get lost in the weeds or just forget a key piece of context that you assumed everybody already knew.
And this gets to the heart of the problem. The stakes here are incredibly high. I mean, when requirements fail, it's not just a little bump in the road. The entire project feels it. It leads to expensive rework, blown deadlines, and honestly, it can really damage the trust between teams. But what if you had an expert reviewer on your side? Someone who's available 24/7, who never gets tired, and who knows exactly what good looks like for your projects.
This is what we're building today. An AI requirements coach. And let's be clear, this is not just some generic chatbot. This is your own custom GPT. It's a specialized version of ChatGPT that you train on your standards. It's designed to flag vague language, ask those really important clarifying questions, and just generally guide you toward best practices.
That's right, you are in complete control here. You get to decide exactly what kind of coach you need, basically turning your own expertise into a powerful automated assistant that's going to make your work that much better.
But for our coach to be any good, it needs the right knowledge. So how exactly do we build its brain? Let's dive in and find out.
You know, just like any analysis work you do, the quality of what you put in completely determines the quality of what you get out. It's that classic saying, garbage in, garbage out. So we've got to feed our coach some really high-quality information.
So this is the kind of stuff our coach needs to learn. You'll feed it definitions of different requirement types, the criteria for what makes a quality requirement, is it clear, is it testable, and you can even point it to industry frameworks. But here's the real game changer. You can upload your own organization's templates, and even examples of good versus bad requirements to make it totally customized.
Now, here's the secret weapon. This is a little meta, but it's so cool. You can actually use the tool to help build the tool. You can go to the standard ChatGPT and ask it things like, what does a good requirement look like? And then just use that output to teach your custom coach. It's brilliant.
So once you have all your learning materials gathered up, you're ready to start the actual build. And you're about to see just how easy this whole process really is. Right inside the ChatGPT interface, the entire creation process really just breaks down into 4 simple steps. First, you configure the basics. Give it a name, a clear purpose. Then you instruct it by pasting in the core rules that define its job. Third, you add some helpful conversation starters to guide users. And finally, you empower it with knowledge by uploading those files you prepared. That's what gives it its brain.
Building that first version, that's the easy part. But the real magic, the thing that turns a good tool into a great one, happens in this next step: testing and refinement. So think of your first draft as just a starting point. Now it's time to actually test it. Use that preview panel right inside the builder and give it a shot. Throw it a classic vague requirement, something like, the system should be fast, and just see what it says. Is the feedback helpful? Is it what you were hoping for?
So let's say the feedback it gives you feels a little robotic, maybe a little too critical. No problem at all. You can go right back into the instructions and just tweak them. You could add a simple line like, ensure the tone is positive and uplifting, and then retest it. You'll see the improvement in its response right away.
And this creates this simple, powerful loop. You test, you review, and you update. You do this a few times, and once you have a high-quality coach that you're happy with, you can share it with your entire team with a simple link and start getting their feedback too.
But when you really look at it, this isn't just about building one tool. By going through this process, you're actually learning and adopting a whole new way of working.
Think about it for a second. This whole process, defining a goal, providing context, sourcing good knowledge, and then iterating based on feedback, that mirrors the exact best practices you should be using in all your analysis work, whether you're using AI or not.
You've just practiced the key skills for the future of work. You learned to provide clear context to an AI, to actually verify your sources of truth before feeding them in, and to constantly iterate to make the outcome better. These are skills you can apply every single day.
So you now have the framework to automate and improve pretty much any knowledge-based task you can think of. Your AI requirements coach is awesome, but it's just the beginning. The only real question left is, what are you going to build next?